Welcome to my channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. In this video, we are going to talk about can crew fatigue contribute to unseaworthiness? In maritime law, the doctrine of unseaworthiness is one of the most versatile aspects when it comes to protecting crew safety. Maritime requires that ship owners and employers provide every reasonable attempt to keep their crews as safe as possible. In addition to providing the needed training and safety equipment to get their job done safely and effectively, the responsible are to attend to keeping their vessels function safe and keep up to the best of their abilities. Hence, seaworthiness. Historically, the concept of seaworthiness has covered a lot of different aspects of vessels. There's the more obvious factors such as physical condition of the vessel itself, as well as the maintenance and upkeep of the equipment used while the vessel is in navigation. But some less tangible elements can equally play into a vessel's overall safety and seaworthiness, including the crew themselves. Crew fatigue and unseaworthiness. It is no secret that vessels' crews can undergo a lot of demanding, stressful labor during their time at sea. From the captain to the navigator to the cargo workers below decks, maritime work can be one of the most labor-intensive and overall draining industries to work in. Often with little time to rest and recover, this can go double during times of pandemic or inclement weather, as external conditions may render it unsafe for the vessels to return to shore and thus increase the period of time the workers have to remain on board a vessel during the course of their employment. Over the past decade, the maritime industry, both in North America and throughout the world, has experienced a sharp rise in accidents and injuries found to be caused by crew exhaustion and fatigue, including grounding of tugboats in the Pacific Northwest after a second mate dozed off and missed a course change. A collision between a major crabbing boat and a jetty on the Columbia River due to a captain asleep on the bridge, resulting in a $1.8 million loss. The grounding of a tug on the Inside Passage in British Columbia after a lone mate fell asleep on their watch duty. A ship engineer working on major engine repairs for nearly 2 straight days without rest, inadvertently hurrying a delicate waste system, cleaning tanks leading to a major engine room fire, resulting in several onboard casualties. These are but a few recent examples of what can happen when a crew is not given ample time to rest and refresh themselves from their job duties. Battling crew fatigue. So what can be done about this epidemic? It may seem a bit reductive, but quite simply, crews need to be given the opportunity to get a solid 8 hours of sleep per day. The ways this can be accomplished will vary from vessels to vessels and job role to job role. But proper rest and recovery is the only way to prevent crew fatigue. Proper shift management is crucial for this, as it ensures no one crew member is forced to work too long without time for sleeping or forced to start their next shift without being able to rest for 8 hours. Crew rotation is a vital part of combating crew fatigue as well. Employers have responsibility to ensure each vessel is properly staffed to handle any potential work duties that may arise, but that means more than simply picking the best worker for the job. It means having sufficient enough staffing levels to make sure any shift can be covered long enough for the other workers to rest up from their shift. While laws are in place to ensure maximum hours of work and minimum hours of rest for all maritime workers, greater care is required from employers to ensure this rest is actually productive and beneficial for the crew member in question. If you or loved one have been injured due to an overworked, overfatigued crew member while working or relaxing on the water, contact O'Brien Law today to begin a review of your case. The next discussion is about the risk of unseaworthy equipment. Unseaworthiness is a term that gets tossed around a lot when it comes to maritime law, but it can actually be more complex than many people think at first. Most sailors or maritime workers hear the phrase unseaworthy vessels and imagine some decrepit old boat full of holes and tears in the sails. And while that's true, there's more to it than that. The doctrine of unseaworthiness refers to everything involved with a vessel's operation, from the vessel itself to the onboard equipment, even to the health and safety of its crew, and any of this can contribute to the vessel's overall seaworthiness or unseaworthiness. The equipment used on a vessel, whether it is for the operation of the vessels, the navigation of vessels, or other onboard equipment used to perform daily tasks and job duties, can pose major safety risk if not properly used or maintained, and can lead to seriously injury or death for anyone on board the vessels. Common causes of unseaworthy equipment on a vessel. For equipment on board a vessel to be considered unseaworthy, it simply means it cannot currently fulfill its intended purpose and may pose a health or safety risk to those on board. The causes of this damage or malfunction will vary widely depending on the equipment in question, but in many cases, the issues tend to stem from a few primary causes, including malfunction due to wear damage or improper use. Equipment on board a ship in navigation may not function as intended, leading to damage to the vessel itself, injuries to the crew, or both improper use or improper crew training. If the workers aboard the vessels are not properly trained on the usage of this equipment, it can either lead to direct injury through incorrect usage of the tools and equipment, or cause damage that poses a risk of injury down the line. And then the next, lack of maintenance. The owner of a vessel is ultimately responsible for the proper maintenance, repair, and/or replacement of any equipment on board their vessels, especially for equipment that has a strict maintenance schedule, such as motors or engineers' components. If these repairs are not completed as needed, the parts could begin to pose a safety risk to the crew. And then defective products. Some equipment can require maintenance or replacement even before it has chance to be used, due to issues like incorrect manufacturing, improper installation, or even a design fault in the equipment itself. If a product is found to be defective in any way but it's still used on a vessel, the vessel's owner may be responsible for any injuries that result. Common injuries from unseaworthiness damage and vessel equipment. The injuries resulting from the use of this equipment can take many forms and can often result in change in quality of life, ability to earn a living, or even death in many cases. Some of the most common injuries from this equipment includes burn injuries caused by fires or steam due to improperly maintained engine parts or misused equipment, cable and rope injuries from ropes, nets, winches, and cranes, or the rigging on board vessels when the ropes itself has not been replaced or is too damaged to be used safely. And then crushing injuries, such as when cargo suspension brakes are issued incorrectly, or if a damaged conveyor belt causes injury to a worker. oxygen deprivations, or chemical inhalation from equipment that use hazardous gases to the function. I think that's all, guys, the information that I can say to you. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye bye, see you in another video.